sore because you've been working from home? Hey guys, it's Dr. Amy with Physical Therapy for Everybody with our Facebook Live this week where we are discussing our sore butts. So this conversation started in my house this week because my husband was talking about the fact that he's got like something that tracks his steps. I don't remember exactly what it is he's got, but anyway, he was noticing that when he goes into work, he walks 10,000 steps a day. You know, you got to walk from the parking lot into the building, you walk up and down stairs, you walk to a meeting, something like that. But since he's been home, working from home, he has been logging 2,000 steps a day. And he has noticed that his butt hurts, quite frankly. Now, he's got a pretty good setup, reasonably ergonomic at home because he's done a lot of work from home previous to this, but it's definitely an issue, and I'm seeing it a lot more these days, especially in people who have been working from their kitchen table, because that's the room that's available. Especially if you've got kids now who are doing online school and you've got more than one or two people potentially that are on Zoom calls throughout the day. A lot of people are really struggling with the fact that their butt hurts during the day. All right, so I'm going to give you some ideas on things you can do. Pretty simple. Most of them won't require too much even time, but it's definitely something that I want to see people getting up off their butts. And there's 3 ways to do it. 1, if you are on a phone call or you're not having to be on a video conference, right? I'm going to need you to stand up. Just for 5 minutes. So if you're someone who is able to schedule that into your day, like maybe, in between Zoom calls, you stand up. Maybe you go to the kitchen to get a glass of water, because I think that's definitely one of the problems I'm also seeing is people are a little bit dehydrated because they usually have like their water routine, and it usually involves their commute to and from work in that. And we don't have that commute. Sometimes we don't drink the water as much. Okay. So that's a great option. In between Zoom meetings, get up, go get a drink of water, stand up while you drink it, come back and sit down, bring another glass of water with you. The great benefit of that is 30 minutes later, you're going to have to get up to go to the bathroom. So you get up more, right? Okay. So I understand that for some people, you may be stuck in a Zoom meeting for a couple hours. And it may be a situation where it's not acceptable to black out your screen. So you may be stuck sitting there. Okay. Option for you guys, sit on a therapy ball. So they have those big balls that you can sit on, right? And it does help to, 1, work on your core and your balance. So the side benefit of getting a little bit of exercise. But 2, it keeps your posture in better alignment so your butt doesn't get as sore. All right. So if you're someone who really is just forced to sit for long periods of time, and there's getting up every hour or so is not an option, try one of the therapy balls. That will help work on your core and you get some free exercise while you're working from home. All right, so the first tip, get up off your butt. The second tip, we're going to be working from home for a while. It's time to think about how ergonomic your desk is. All right. I've been helping a lot of people within the past month or so create a standing desk situation. So what they have on Amazon is kind of just a platform table thing like this that you can put on top of your desk, and then you can put your computer up on top of it. So you can be standing and working, especially if you have to be in a Zoom meeting, then it allows you to be in that standing. Now, of course, there's fancier, there's sit to stand desks. I do know I have one patient who actually went into work and got his sit to stand desk and transported it home, which is phenomenal. And if you have that opportunity, it's worth it at this point, right? It's worth it at this point. It's okay. Let's go get that sit to stand desk if you have that option. If not, I would highly recommend getting one of those little tables and creating a standing environment. The great thing about that too is that then you can sit for an hour. So maybe one Zoom meeting you're sitting, the next Zoom meeting you're standing, right? Gives you some different options. Now, what I don't love about that platform is if you're on a laptop, because then your arms are up here, right? This is not going to be sustainable for long periods of time because it's definitely going to cause those wrists to become unhappy. So if you're standing, I prefer to be either you're talking, you're presenting, or you're on a Zoom meeting. But if you need to be working and typing, I would prefer for you to be sitting during that time so you're in a better ergonomic position for your wrists, because we don't want to sacrifice your wrists for your butt. Does that make sense? Okay. So we want to make sure that we've got a good ergonomic situation when we're standing if we need to be typing. So what you can do is you can put a monitor up at height with your camera up at height, but you can have your laptop like down on the desk. So when you're standing, you've got your keyboard down on your desk and you've got your monitor and your camera at height. So you could still have your wrists in a good position, but also have your camera in a good position. Okay, so that's actually, my husband actually, like I said, he's got this setup at home that he has been using for years. So he's gone ahead and made this setup beforehand. So he actually has a monitor that is propped up. He does sit when he's working from home, but we've gotten him a good chair. He's got a monitor that's propped up. He just plugs his laptop into it, and then he's got a separate keyboard. So he really uses the monitor because it's bigger than the keyboard and he needs to see all the things all at one time. But then he's got a keyboard that's at the right height. Okay. The ergonomics of your setup is really important at this point, you guys. Before, back in March, we were like, hey, we can make do. It's not going to be for that long. It's going to be for a while. So let's go ahead and stop making do. Let's get a good ergonomic setup. Let's stop trying to destroy our bodies just going to work. All right. All right. Tip number 3, we've got to get our steps in. We've got to get those steps in, people. Now, I know you guys are saying, Amy, the air quality is not that good outside. We're not supposed to be outside right now. Okay. I will grant you that. You don't have to get your steps in this week. All right. But the air quality is supposed to be improving in the next couple of days. Fingers crossed. I need you to get outside. I need you to go walk around your yard, walk up and down your driveway, walk around your neighborhood, whatever it is. I need you to get your 10,000 steps in. Walk down to the park, walk on the trail. There's all kinds of different ways to do it. And I would prefer it be kind of a little bit throughout the day. I know 10,000 steps. You're like, Amy, I don't have time for 10,000 steps. But if every hour to an hour and a half, you just did a quick half mile, take 10 minutes, you're going to get your steps in pretty quick. And I know that it seems like it's counterproductive. And I know you feel like I've got so much work to do. And I know that everybody is working super hard right now. But it's really, really, really important. And I think a lot of more people are becoming really, really, really aware of how this sitting for a long period of time is causing problems with their body. Because we're definitely seeing way more people in here right now with low back pain. So I'm trying to keep you guys out of here, trying to give you guys some tips because it's really, really, really important. We're going to be working from home potentially for a while now. Let's make sure that we're implementing steps and tips and tricks to keep our low backs happy so we don't have pain. Okay, so to review, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make sure that we're getting time to stand up. Okay, so that's either through the ergonomics, which is step 2, but it's either through the ergonomics of your setup. It's through when you're talking on the phone, standing up. It's through getting water, getting up to get water every hour. It's taking regular breaks during the day, making sure you're standing regularly throughout the day. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, we need to have an ergonomic setup at this point, you guys. It's just got to happen. If you need to be sitting all day, you need to have a good chair. It's got to happen right now, you guys. If you can, I would definitely recommend having times where you're standing throughout the day. You can get a little table, you can put it on top of your desk and raise things up, potentially get a monitor and put your monitor and camera up there, or just use that standing time when you're on a Zoom meeting for an hour and just be standing for an hour. That's absolutely fine. And then the third thing is, I need you to get your steps in. I need you to get your 10,000 steps in. I will give you grace for the rest of this week until the smoke clears up. But after that, I need you to find a way to get your 10,000 steps in. It does not have to be all at once. People get really locked into the fact that I have to find time. I have to find an hour. I have to find 2 hours to be able to do this. No. 5 to 10 minutes multiple times per day, you guys, is going to make a huge difference. Not only are you going to feel better, you're going to be more productive, your back's going to stop hurting so much, and it's going to help. It is going to help. I promise you guys. All right. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you all stop having pains in your butts because you're sitting all day. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below, or go ahead and call us at 425-658-4944. We are happy to answer all of your questions. And if you have any comments, drop them below. Love to hear what you're going to take out of this video and what you're going to implement. And I'd love to hear how that works out for you. All right, so drop a comment below what you're going to commit to do. That'll help hold you accountable. And then let us come back next week and let us know how that went for you. All right, have a great day, everyone. Bye.